Welcome to the All Around Joe podcast, where we optimize your human performance from my personal experience as an athlete, coach, and all-around self-improvement junkie. On this edition of the All Around Joe podcast, we're going to be talking about your story and how the story that you tell yourself is going to affect the results that you're getting in all the areas of your life. If you would like to know why you're getting results in certain areas and not in other areas, keep on listening or watching this video because I'm going to give you some insights that you may not have thought of before. This podcast and video is brought to you by the Get Better Project, where we teach you how to physically thrive and look good doing it. All you have to do is plug in, follow our program, and you get everything that you need in order to reach the goals that you're looking to reach, accomplish, and have the story that you physically would like to have. Just head over to thegetbetterproject.com/2weeks. That's thegetbetterproject.com/2weeks, number 2 weeks. And we'd love to have you in the program. So the story that you tell yourself is going to be very important in how you are living your life, what you're doing, the results that you're getting from that particular story. And I started thinking about this when I was thinking about why I was getting results in certain areas and not in other areas, and thought how I could relate this and give you guys something to think about in order to improve areas of your life. And of course, we're going to tie this one back into the health and fitness arena of your life, or that area or that bubble, or however you think about that, because it should be something that you tell a story about how you are awesome at health, fitness, nutrition, all that stuff. But it could be that you are not getting the results that you want because the story that you're telling yourself is not the one that is aligning with the results that you're actually looking for. And a lot of times I'll work with people that the story that they're looking to have their life be like is just not aligned with what they're telling themselves. So for example, they want to, look nice and lean and be ready with that nice, good-looking beach body. But then they tell themselves that the workout program that they're following isn't actually getting them those results as quickly as they would like to, or it's just not, they're derailing themselves beforehand because they're not willing to work hard. But it's like this subconscious thing that gets in the way of them, rather than just saying, all right, I'm just going to follow what my coach tells me to do for a month and see what happens. They're always combating the idea of it. It's like they want something, but they don't want it enough, or they're not really telling themselves the story of what it takes to actually get there. So ask yourself, what is your story? Are you the person that is, a parent, and your story is that that's where you thrive as a parent and as a supporter, or someone that goes to work and provides the income for the family? Like, what is the story that you're telling yourself? Or are you the super dad or mom that not only can, raise a family, or maybe you're not raising a family, just living a successful life, but you have really good balance. You still are able to go out and get training in. You're still able to be super fit and healthy and crush your work because you've aligned yourself with all of the things that you need in order to do that. Is that your story? Or is your story that you're good at what you do, but it's hard to be physically fit? Are you telling yourself that story, that it's hard to do certain things, and then you're really just pigeonholing yourself into making things hard rather than actually being able to break through and get all of the things, or have all the things that you would want? And I'm not talking about necessarily physical items. I'm talking about your health, your fitness, those abs that maybe you want, looking good at the beach, or just feeling confident. That's one of the things that I maybe don't touch upon enough, is that just the feeling that you have when you are super fit and healthy is confidence that bleeds over into other things. And it's part of the reason why I like to do these ultra endurance events, like let's call it a 50-mile marathon, because when you get done with that, it's so hard and you've had to go through so many different emotions during that particular time that it opens your mind up to what you can accomplish, and you literally feel like you could accomplish anything after that because you've gone through so many hardships during that particular, well, it's pretty short. It's let's call it 10 hours or less than that, but feel like you've accomplished so much more. So ask yourself, what is your story? And I think that a lot of you may not have even asked this question before, thought about it this way. But I would suggest that what you do, if we're going to have an actionable item here, is to write down, like, who are you? Write it down. I am a father, but get more into it, right? I'm an excellent father, or I am a computer whatever, or IT person, but get deep into it. Like, what type are you? Are you an excellent coder? You code amazing websites for people to show off their talents. You are an exceptional friend, and you're a great listener, and all these particular things. So just make a list, write it all out. What is the story that you tell yourself in all these different areas of your life? And then when you get done with that, review and see if there's anything that's missing or things that you'd like to change. So start by going through and rewriting the ones that you don't particularly like. And maybe like, well, I'm fat and out of shape, and it may not be what you like, but that's the story that you're telling yourself. So then go and cross it out and put in the thing that you would like to be telling yourself. And once you have that down there, it at least starts the subconscious brain and the wheels turning in such a way that will get you moving in that direction. I realize that, you actually have to take physical action in order to get these results to happen for you, but you need to start with the idea and the story that you tell yourself, because people that have the idea, so like, for example, if you ask a super incredibly successful person what they would do if they lost everything, or if, they woke up one day and their life was totally different, but they had their experiences, right? So they don't even bat an eye. They're just like, well, this is what I do. I'd start. And, in a very short period of time, they expect to have the success that they have already had. And it's because they have it ingrained into their DNA. And that's what this is starting to do, is if you're telling yourself or rewriting the story of who you are, then it's going to tell yourself to start thinking about things differently and start rewriting these stories. One of the hardest things that I have to do as a coach is really get people to want to change, right? They come to me and they're like, most people will come and say, hey, they'll pay me money, and they'll say, well, I want to have this particular thing happen. I want to go run a race. I want to look this particular way. I want to do these particular things. I want to feel this way. But when we dig down into it, most people don't want to change. They want to have these things. They want to pay, let's say for a Get Better project, $40 a month in order to come in and do the program. Well, not even, they want to come and pay the money and get the results, but they don't want to actually do the work that it takes in order for them to change, right? It's all just about that. Like, if you have an issue with your weight, right? Like, you're overweight. It's just simply about having different patterns, like changing the way that you do things, that you look at food, right? If you go out to eat and they have spaghetti, you know that spaghetti is really not good for people if they want to be lean, you don't get the spaghetti, right? It's just like you have these rules for yourself. And I think that as the story goes, my story has to do with setting up rules for my life that are in alignment with what I want to accomplish. So I want to be super fit, super healthy, have tons of endurance and strength, and be able to do virtually anything on a whim. So if I have that story set up for myself, then when I go through and try and go out to spaghetti or whatnot, I'm asking them if there's a salad I can get instead, because it's not in alignment with what my story is that I'm telling myself that I am. Once you have the story that you tell yourself, then it starts becoming you. And that's the point where I'm at least, where the story is actually part of me, in that it's super easy to make these decisions to not have the foods, or to not go out and party, or to, sleep a lot, because it's just ingrained in who I am at this point. And that's what you need to do, is you need to tell the story of who you are. And if it needs to change in some way, then you need to figure out how to change it. And once you figure out how to change it, then you need to start ingraining it into your DNA so that it's super easy to make the decisions that you need to make in order to live the story that you want to live. I hope that makes sense for you guys. I hope this was beneficial. I know that it was a little bit scattered because I'm obviously, if you're just listening to this, I'm walking through the snow. So I've been recording these podcasts out in the wilderness lately. So I don't have a script that I'm going off of, which I usually have bullet points that I'm trying to get to. But now it's just, hey, I'm going to come up with this idea that has been successful for me, that I can teach on, that I coach on a regular basis. And I'm just going to go ahead and wrestle off or rant about it in order to give you guys some good tips that come from all of the experience that I've had. So hope you enjoyed it. I know that I enjoy getting out here and walking and telling a story or being out in nature while I'm doing this. So if you want to leave a comment down below, I would love to see that and answer it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I would love it if you subscribe, give me a thumbs up on the video if you liked it. And like I said, ask any questions that you have, because that'll help my channel to grow. One of my big things is I am becoming more and more of a videographer or YouTuber and doing a lot more video stuff as it relates to fitness and van life, all the adventures that we're doing. So I hope you guys enjoy that. If you have any suggestions, I'd also be down to hear those. And I'm looking to do more video product reviews because I love doing that type of thing as well. There you have it, guys. Hope you enjoy this. Hope you have a great day. Let me get the sun behind me there so you can probably see me better if you're watching this. And yeah, guys, if you would like to thrive physically and look good doing it, check out the Get Better Project, the program that we write on a daily basis in order to help you to basically be an awesome person physically. And like, you know, you look at the environment here, or, you know, envision like an amazing mountainous environment. If you want to go out and hike or run up that hill, if you want to go skiing out in the resort over there, you're just ready to do it. You're a physical badass, essentially. And that's what we are building. That's what our program is all about, making you capable and feel confident, and then giving you all the tools, including the story and everything, helping you with that, being your personal coach constantly. And that's the funny thing, is that with the model that we have, you actually pay whatever you want, but it's suggested about $39 a month. You basically have to plug in, have me as a personal coach that you have access to anytime, which is crazy as I think about it. But you know, as the program continues to grow, we bring on more coaches. But right now I'm doing most of the coaching with my good friend Rory, and you have all that for $40 a month. I wish that I had something like that when I was getting started, trying to figure out my path and like how to become what I've become, because it would have been much faster. You know, hiring a coach like myself can get you places very fast if you utilize it. There you have it, guys. Hope you enjoy this. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. The All Around Joe Podcast, where we optimize your human performance from my personal experience as an athlete, coach, and all-around self-improvement junkie. See you on the next podcast.